It'll be a handoff to Estimé, the everything back for this team. He slips a tackle across the 25 and gains 10 on first down. Freshman Jaden Greathouse has been in there this drive. We'll see if they can get it to him. Instead, hand it off to Estimé, see if he can get it himself. Yes, he can. Dives across that first down marker. Big pickup into Navy territory down to the 40.
Those squared shoulders coming downhill. He's tough to stop.
Estimé, he's got it. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Run it at him. Keep giving it to the big guy. This is Estimé one more time. Notre Dame loves pulling people east and west and then handing it to number 7 going north and south. Great movement up front.
Been having a great time, and you can't beat this when they're Irish are winning.
You mentioned your entire family is here. This entire stadium is filled. Why do you think so many people made an effort to be at this game? Sam Hartman leading the charge. I mean, he's been all that he's cracked up to be. What have you noticed from him?
Little juice on the offense.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you.
How awesome is that, having Pro Football Hall of Famer and quarterback legend Joe Montana, Joe Cool.
Controlling the line of scrimmage in the run game, and everything else has come off of that.
Right back to Estimé, and Estimé keeps those legs churning across the 25 down to the 23.
Expect that, but they've had some plays that were executed well, too. Good cutback in the line of scrimmage. Audric Estimé still rolling inside of Tennessee State territory. Finally brought down to the 19-yard line.
Notre Dame's offensive line run the ball to Audric Estimé, come off the ball, and knock them off the football. He has excellent vision and balance for a big man, and when he gets his shoulder square, he's tough, and he's faster than you think. He's running away from those guys.
Estimé breaks one tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
And a feel for it. Audric Estimé has a similar feel for the end zone. He's big and strong. He knows how to cut and get north and south. One of the smartest players I've ever been around. And talking to him through the years when he became a coach, you could tell he knew what he wanted to do. For him to take that job down at Jackson State, as we watch Estimé continue to rumble.
As we go along, it's 1st and 10 for Notre Dame. There was a touchback on the last play and a big hitter right out of the break. Audric Estimé's going to go the distance. An 80-yard touchdown. Here at Carter Finley Stadium.
And just an excellent start here for Notre Dame. Absolutely ideal. Perfect block on the kick out by the outstanding left tackle Joe Alt. Audric Estimé makes a goal. Go to the NFL, be a 5th-round pick, or come back and play for a championship.
Estimé breaks free and scores.
It's just so difficult to bring down, and you referenced it. With that much weight behind you at 230.
Football goes to Estimé. Estimé breaks the tackle and in for the touchdown. Tremendous blocks out front by Joe O and Pat Coogan.
Interest situation. As soon as Estimé breaks the line of scrimmage, there's nobody left. No levels to the defense. Notre Dame wins up front. Estimé finds the hole.
The first drive of this second half. Audric Estimé starts as the running back. Give goes to Estimé, been having all kinds of success so far. Up and over he goes and into the secondary. Out across the 45, Rocco Spindler out in front leading the way.
Notre Dame, look at Spindler here. He's pulling around. When in doubt, give the ball to number 7. He quiets the game down. Notre Dame has an advantage up front and taking advantage of it.
Yeah, that's just Steez. Style and ease. You love that one, Jack.
Steez, he's been showing off some toughness, too, after he was spun around and out back into the game. Flips this one to Audric Estimé, and Estimé with a nice cut, and Estimé out across midfield.
but he has as good a feel throwing the ball down the field as I've seen in college football in a long, long time, on display again today.
Here goes Audric Estimé right up the middle, hitting the Jets, taking it out to the 40.
It's Audric Estimé right in the heart of the Central Michigan defense. He's shown us his quickness, his speed. How about his hurdling ability? This guy is something else. It's a tremendous 1-2 combination with Hartman under center.
Hartman flips it out. Estimé takes the pitch, then cuts it back up inside and crosses midfield. It's Justin Whiteside who tracked him down.
Just so impressed the more I watch Audric Estimé play. His vision and feel as a runner, combined with sneaky quickness and speed.
Braden Cooper Flanagan in motion. Estimé up the middle. One more hurdle for Estimé. Now gas pedal inside the 10. He has got some speed. He's got some ups over Ricard that time.
He's something else. And what a great feel. Oftentimes when you're a big back, these guys want to tackle you low. So you develop this ability to anticipate that and hurdle over him. Zeke Elliott used to do it with us in Dallas. Estimé learning the skill. And that's a big man right there. He's north of 230 pounds to be able to do that.
2nd and 7. It is a run for Estimé. And Estimé looking to break away. First down and more across the 20, all the way to the 25. He said he prides himself in not going down after the first 2. Picks up 22.
Watch. Right there, watch Payne with the lead block. He's the guy that's going to set this up. Watch him take on the middle linebacker right there, Cody Simon. And then again, when Payne gets those shoulders going north and south, I mean, I don't know who would want to tackle that. We saw him. He came in our meeting.
Well, Abe Benosin gets away with it, and it's 2nd and 10 after good coverage. Estimé into the second level and across midfield.
Above, brought to you by Walmart. Take a look at this. Now watch Estimé as he gets to this point. Watch the quickness in the hole. This is a 240-pound back. Foot in the ground, lateral cut, and then turns on the speed to the outside. You don't see big running backs make that kind of cut very often. I mean, this is it's incredible cut by a big man to add about 8
drives that bog down late. This is the 8th play. They'll go to Estimé. Estimé, who hadn't found any running room tonight until then, and he goes in for the touchdown. Come on, boy.
Chris Reese, watch the offensive line play here. This is what Duke's concerned about, the pulling of these linemen, the blocking angles that they pick up, and you give Estimé just a little bit of room getting downhill to that second level.
A 17-yard run on 4th and 16. Estimé is loose. Audric Estimé, touchdown Notre Dame.
Knew exactly where he wanted to go, and then Estimé following that offensive line. Really, it's just a heck of an effort. There was nowhere to go off to the left, but he just kept trying to find grass, cut back, got behind the big tight end, and the safeties were out of position. I think he was as surprised as anybody. Takes it all the way to the end zone.
Heavy formation for Notre Dame. Hand the football straight up the middle. Touchdown, Audric Estimé.
Four tight ends in the ball game, and just give it to this guy right here. We're here, we're downhill. The Notre Dame offensive line challenged this week, knocking them off the ball. Second puller. Biggest thing is give it to number 7. He's going to create his own hole. No chance for the Trojan. Got 4 tight ends in the ball game. We're going to try to hammer SC right here.
Straight up the gut. Estimé walks in for the Notre Dame touchdown.
Midfield. It was a throw by Hartman, a run by Hartman, and then the running of this guy right here, Audric Estimé. And watch this Notre Dame offensive line.
Pistol set for Sam Hartman.
Hartman gives it to Estimé. A big hole opens up. Now Estimé bursts into the secondary, picks up that first down, and that is Branch that makes the tackle to conclude the third quarter. You look at the student section of Notre Dame Stadium. Now Estimé, he can be a nightmare for the defense. Estimé hits the gas pedal down inside the 40, down to the 30, rumbles Audric Estimé.
He's between the tackles, and here he is. Double teams at the point of attack. He's got good quickness. He's got good vision to go.
He was very deliberate about that. I think he made the right decision. 2nd and 7, Estimé, right decision, giving him the football. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Jack. It is the right decision. Notre Dame goes fly sweep motion, but the biggest thing is these guys coming off the ball. Double teams at the point of attack, and here's Estimé, and he breaks it back. A big hole on the backside of it. Excellent block. Jaden Thomas outside. When your receivers block, those 4-yard runs become 16, 18-yard touchdowns. Excellent job up front. Excellent job on the perimeter. Keep giving that guy the rock.
Hartman hands it off. Audric Estimé, he's got another touchdown. Amazing watching that patience mixed with that power.
He's an outstanding low red zone runner. Great movement up front, but he just has a feel. There are defenders in the backfield. He makes one miss. He keeps the shoulders square.
Off the field. Heavy formation. Ball goes to Estimé. Estimé in for the touchdown. You already knew what was coming. Count him up.
It's really incredible. Estimé is the best red zone runner in the country. Time and time again, we see them run this same kind of play. Tight end pulls, that stays. The biggest thing is number 7 going north and south behind that big.
Hartman was 0-4 as a starting quarterback against Clemson. His Wake Forest teams were 0-5. How about that run by Estimé? A couple of leaps over tacklers. And just a great job, too, by the offensive line. Look at the pulling guard and tackle. There, Pat Coogan, the guard. Joe Alt, the outstanding tackle, kicking out the right side of that Clemson defensive line. And how about the hurdle from Estimé up and over the top for a big back? My goodness, man. Nation's leader. That's his 5th interception in the last 3 games. Audric Estimé to the goal line. Touchdown, Notre Dame. How about the start? Get the takeaway. And Audric Estimé bending it back to the left-hand side and surging forward just far enough.
For the Irish offensively. Man in motion, Rico Flores. Hartman, Estimé. Estimé stopped initially, then breaks loose. Now Estimé down the sideline, throwing a stiff arm out there on Mustafa.
Plus, it's 3 tight ends in the game. They call this 13 personnel. There's 3 of them. Okay. He's going to go back, and they're just going to run Estimé here. I just want you to watch the block by Holden Stays and the block by the left tackle, Joe Alt. And then you see Estimé's ability to cut laterally. Stays and all sustaining those blocks, create that hole late in the down for Estimé. Estimé knows what to do, breaking tackles and coming out of the stack, and oftentimes that can happen.
Look at the touchdown machine, Audric Estimé. Estimé gets the football. Estimé walks in for the touchdown.
See Raritan on the left, the interior of his offensive line. Flanagan goes back. Estimé has excellent vision for a big guy. You see the lateral quickness. Notre Dame controls the line of scrimmage.
Start the third, Estimé. Big hole opens up for Estimé. Joe Alt and company over there on the left side of the offensive line doing a job.
Ultimately, the sign of good offensive line play, are you on your guy at the end of the down? So you look at Alt, he's the left tackle. You look at the interior, Ashton Craig. They've been on Wake Forest's guys early in the down and at the end of the down.
Jelly, handoff, Estimé. Estimé says, hey, I'll do it again. And Estimé picks up that first down.